Exactly, Tracy. Welcome back to our very special spot as well here in Jerusalem, just overlooking the beautiful Mount of Olives. And with me here to continue to discuss the milestones of the 1967 war is Tom Segev. Tom is a historian and author of the book 1967, Israel, the War and the Year That Transformed the Middle East. Tom, thank you for coming here today.
Thank you.
We talked earlier, we had several guests here throughout the day, both Israelis and Palestinians, about the fact that none of the fighting sides actually intended a war in 1967. And people also mentioned that Israel was trying to create some sort of deterrence in order to avoid a total war with Arab armies. In your book, you claim that Israel did not do enough in order to avoid a war. Why is it?
We are actually talking about three different wars: the war against Egypt, the war against Jordan, and the war against Syria. And the story is not one story. The war against Egypt was inevitable, I think, because of the tremendous fear which many Israelis felt prior to the war, and a genuine Holocaust fear as a result of Egyptian threats. Israelis believed that Egypt may try to destroy their country, and that was the major reason why they eventually decided to start the war.
And Jordan is a completely different story. King Hussein did not want to engage even.
Yes, because within maybe an hour and a half, the whole thing was over. Israel destroyed the Egyptian Air Force on the ground, and all danger to Israel's existence was gone, and the panic transformed to an uncontrollable euphoria. And so it was the euphoria which led the government of Israel to keep the war machine rolling, occupy East Jerusalem, as you see. And when you look at the records of the government meeting, it's really interesting how no one actually asks, why is it good for Israel to occupy East Jerusalem? It all comes from the guts. It comes from the heart. It reflects religious and historic and national feelings. It does not reflect strategic thinking.
Mm-hmm. And also in your book, you also somewhat criticized the leaders who orchestrated this Israeli triumph. We're talking about Yitzhak Rabin, military general, and Moshe Dayan, defense minister. They won a lot of credit, but in your book, it seems that the war was won despite of them and not thanks to them. Briefly, if you can.
It was a crazy atmosphere after the war, and in a way it still is. We are actually on the 7th day today, 50 years later.
Tom Segev, thank you so much for coming here. And Tracy, we're going to go back to you in the studio. Do come back to us later on for the special coverage of the 50th anniversary of the Six-Day War.